Hello friends, welcome back to another video with my face in it. I'm sorry. I made a post recently talking about how YouTube is basically punishing my channel for having repetitive content. I realized as I was doing research for a new video that there's some really interesting K-pop confessions on Google. So I thought it would be fun to read some of those for you guys and give my opinion. Who knows if this is actually going to be as interesting as my brain made it out to be? We'll find out. I don't have my glasses on, so it may be painful to listen to me try to read these. Should probably preface by saying I'm not like judging anybody or calling anybody out for any of like the content in these confessions. I'm aware that some of these are probably really old too and they might not even apply anymore. The first one's BTS related, which is not surprising to me. I'm honestly surprised I haven't seen more. I love BTS, but I think J-Hope is straight ugly. I love his voice, dancing, and personality, but he's ugly. I disagree. I'm risking my own life basically by saying I didn't think he was the most attractive member when I first started getting into BTS back when I liked them, but I have never thought that he was ugly. He's unconventional for like K-beauty standards, but he is in no way, shape, or form ugly. I personally feel like Kai, Taemin, and Jimin are very similar. They'll have nearly identical stage presence and similar off-stage personality. They're all the sweet and giggly ones. To top it off, they're close friends. I hope that they have a collaboration soon. I think it would be cool to have a Taemin, Kai, and Jimin collaboration. I kind of want it to be controlled by SM more than Big Hit. That's slightly unlikely to happen. I think it would be cool when each group respectively is not busy as fuck, so that they're not all being worked to death. That would be great. Not a lot of the ones I was expecting to come up have come up, so I'm gonna search for a group and I'm just gonna do a couple for different groups. And I'm sorry if I don't get to like a lot of different groups. It's just like I'm not sure why the ones I normally see are nowhere to be found. I am looking at EXO confessions right now. I really like the way that Chanyeol doesn't worry too much about portraying an idol image. He's perfectly happy doing a V-Live while scoffing down a Big Mac or making a fool of himself and literally falling to the floor laughing at his own jokes. It's what makes him so endearing because he never tries to be perfect or something he's not. I agree. That's why I love Chanyeol so much. He's my ultimate bias. I have a couple, but he's like my number one. And pretty much for that specific reason, he's never afraid to be himself. Doesn't really care what people think about him, but he's also this like sensitive little boy too. So I feel like sometimes he probably does see the hate and like gets bummed out over it, but I don't think it's something that affects him too much. Sehun has charm and his stans know it. Dancing, attitude, lisp, there's more to Sehun than meets the eye. It's not only about voice. He's worthy and makes EXO interesting whether haters understand his role or not. I also agree with this one because I see a lot of people saying Sehun, as well as like Suho and Jimin, are like the useless members in EXO, which is absurd. Any idol who's in their group serves a role. Whether people understand what that role is or not is their problem. As he's growing and maturing and like becoming more of his own person, he's coming out of his shell more and more, like he's started acting and stuff. And I think that's really gonna start showing people his potential that most of us have seen pretty much since the beginning. I just really get frustrated because there's at least one member of every group that people are like, I don't understand how they made it in the group because they're not as talented. Oh, this one's interesting. I used to like Chanyeol from EXO, but now I can't stand him anymore. He seems so full of himself and his smile doesn't seem cute to me anymore, just conceited. I feel like Chanyeol over the years, I don't know how to even explain it, has put up kind of a guard almost like a barrier that he feels like he needs to have so that people don't see him a certain way. It kind of contradicts the other confession where it said he doesn't care about an idol image, but it feels to me sometimes like when he isn't feeling up to being, you know, smiling and being goofy, that he puts on this more like conceited side, or when he's feeling bummed out, he covers that up. They're humans, so like they should have the opportunity to switch things off if they feel the need to without people being like, why aren't you acting cute 24/7? I don't know if I'm making any sense. My problem with EXO, besides them being annoyingly overexposed, is their lack of natural charm. They're still way too awkward on Variety, and a lot of them are not really talented. Sorry to hardcore EXO-Ls out there, but your oppas are far from perfect. This is old, obviously. Like, I mean, I can tell from the picture they used, but also because they said they're way too awkward on variety shows. I have never really found them to be more awkward than any other group. There are lots of groups that even over the years are kind of awkward on variety shows, so it's dumb to base them, like, their charm off of how awkward and uncomfortable they are on variety shows. You can be talented at doing, like, variety stuff but be uncomfortable with it because you're not used to doing it yet. Like, I don't understand why some people expect so much of K-pop groups. Like, yeah, they go through years and years of training for certain different things, but nobody's perfect or good at anything right away. I'm not trying to be like a butthurt XOL, okay? I understand criticism. I'm just saying that this specific thing, calling them overexposed and how they have a lack of natural charm based on them being a new group that hasn't had the chance to, like, really show off yet, is stupid. I'm just gonna move on from EXO at the moment. So I'm gonna do 17. I don't know how many there's gonna be. I love both 17 and EXO a lot, but I can't help but see a similarity between EXO CBX and BSS, despite fans saying there's nothing to compare. They both have a similar vibe to me. My opinion on this is I never got into either subunit, even though both groups are in my ultimate bias. But no, I don't really see much of a similarity. I feel like CBX has a really specific direction that they're choosing to go in. Like, yeah, they both did a comeback wearing suits. Like, yeah, there's 3 in each. That doesn't mean they're similar. I don't think their music is similar, really. I haven't listened to a lot of it. I've listened to more CBX side than the BSS side, but it's just strange to me how people want to compare literally everything. Oh, there's more EXO in the 17 than there was in the EXO. Yeah, there's not really too many of 17. I'm frustrated. I'm gonna avoid the groups I don't really stan anymore because I don't know what's new with them as far as, like, if a confession is new or old. So I'm not gonna do more BTS than I already did, and I'm not gonna do Monsta X or GOT7. But I will do NCT. I've loved NCT since the SM Rookie days, but something bothers me about the new member, Lucas. He reminds me so much of Jackson because of how he acts all hyper and explosive, and I hate it. I don't mind excitable personalities, but there's that arrogance and mean boy vibe. He reminds me of those guys in school who call girls fat, ask them out to dump them, etc. I understand he's still 17, but I hope he matures and doesn't bring any scandal to NCT like Jackson does to GOT7. I love them too much. That was a lot. First of all, this is old because it's talking about him being 17, which he is not at the moment. I understand where this person is coming from. Like, I can see how Lucas comes off a little unfavorably for some people. A lot of people actually can't stand those certain personality types where they're, like, a lot in your face and have this almost over dramatic reaction to everything. I think now that Lucas has been involved in NCT a lot more, and now that he's in Super M and stuff, he's had a chance to kind of figure himself out a little bit, and he can be more comfortable with people, so he doesn't act as much like an excitable teenage boy, which he was obviously back in the day. He, I think, has matured quite a bit, but he's still this, like, fun, goofy person, which I really love. That's why he's one of my NCT biases. I understand that, like, some people don't like that kind of person, and, like, that's totally fine, but saying that you hate parts of him is a little much. I don't like the word hate in general, and when it's meant towards a person specifically. I would say, like, oh, I hate onions, you know, but I wouldn't be like, oh, I hate that guy. He's too excitable. You know, there's a difference. I don't find NCT's Taeyong attractive. All these talks about him having otherworldly visuals, I just can't see. If anyone wants to come at me for probably having bad taste in men, feel free to, I guess. I mean, it's fine to not think someone's attractive. Like, I do get that vocalizing that as a K-pop fan can be kind of dangerous. I have always thought that Taeyong was attractive, personally. He's got nice features. And if I ever made a list of, like, the top 10 K-pop idols I think are most attractive, he would definitely be in there. But, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with not thinking someone's attractive. You're a person with opinions. Like, Go ahead. I have no idea what SM is thinking. Ten is one of their best dancers, the best in NCT in my opinion. He can sing, rap, and play instruments beautifully, so why isn't SM giving him the recognition he deserves? NCTU really needs to come back soon, or just put the boy in the 127 unit already, for God's sake. 100% agreed. Well, now that Wavy has debuted and he is very much a big part of Wavy, I think he's being utilized a lot better, even though he had to learn yet another language in order to do so. It's better than him just sitting there doing nothing like he was for it seemed like a long time after Seventh Sense came out. I do think that U needs to have a lot more comebacks with him involved because he really fits that aesthetic. You know, SM never listens. There's like a very low chance that he will come back to that unit now that they put him in Wavy. I'll do one more group and then I'll end the video. I feel like I should do a girl group. This is interesting. Okay. I really want a Winner x Mamamoo collab or special stage. Aside from the fact that both groups have flawless harmony, I also feel like they would suit the same kind of music. On top of it all, both groups have somewhat retro styling and have very minimalist choreography, so it all just works. So again, this is like an older confession because they used a picture of Winner when they were still 5. But I agree. I think a Winner and Mamamoo collab would be awesome, especially now because they both have 4 and it kind of matches a little better. I think that would be great. I would say they're kind of on the same plane as far as music these days. Like, they're not so retro anymore, either of them, but I think it would really work. They're actually both kind of on that like aesthetic vibe at the moment. Like, they kind of have similar aesthetics. Ooh, that would be great. So I'm gonna end that there. I could definitely do more of these in the future. I could do ones that are submitted to me by people. I also used to do K-pop confessions on Tumblr, and I still have them all saved on my computer. So if you guys want me to read those confessions in a video, I can 100% do that. I think that would be kind of cool. I remember there being some pretty juicy ones. Let me know if you want me to make this into a series or whatever. Just, I don't know. Tell me what you want. Like I said, I'm trying to add more different types of content to this channel so that it's not in the YouTube dungeon anymore and being hidden from people, and it's really just like, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me. It would be really awesome if you enjoyed this video that maybe you could subscribe to the channel. You don't have to, I don't really care. But YouTube cares about those kind of things, so do it if you feel compelled to. I will see you guys whenever I make the next video with my face in it. Bye bye.